Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One in my old barn door, and I thought I would go ahead and get started on my friend journal series that I thought I would do together with you guys. So I have this one ring binder journal that I want to do this in, and so I'm going to decorate the cover. I'll take all of this out and start adding my pages and working on all the goodness that my friends have sent me. Now I'm going to show y'all I'm going to show y'all the little tub that I have all of my friends' stuff in, and don't laugh because it's a train wreck. But look at this. I have just kind of stuffed things in here. So this is all of the little letters and things like that I've gotten from my friends throughout the last couple of years. And I also want to print some emails and some notes from Etsy from some really sweet friends that I have met through this community. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on. So it's a mess, and I have lots of other stuff in here too, but as you can see, there's lots and lots of letters. So I just thought, you know, I would get started on it, and I would just work on it a little bit each day. Now, y'all know I don't journal, so this is going to be a process for me, so y'all just be patient with me, because I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have no plan. I have no idea how it's going to work or how it's going to turn out or how it's going to look. So we're just going to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my journal. So I'm just going to wipe it down with this little wipe just to get all any kind of dust or grunge that might be on it. I'm going to just wipe it all down. And I am going to decorate this cover. I'm just not real sure yet how I'm going to decorate the cover. Probably do a decoupage cover because I like doing those. And I think I may do a different decoupage cover on this journal. I think I might do like a quilted look or something. So we're going to have fun with it. I'm just going to go through and start working on it. And I want to make sure if I need to do any cleaning on the inside, because you know, after things sit around for a while, they start getting dusty and dirty. So I just want to make sure that I wipe it all down really good. So I'm going to open this, and I'm going to go ahead and take all of these out. I may use the tabs that are in here, and like pages like this, this is a really good thick page. I mean, it's thick enough that I can wipe it with this wipe and it doesn't damage it or anything. So I'm probably going to go through here and, you know, find some good solid pages to use from the original journal. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and take all of these out if I can. And we'll just set those to the side. And then I'll wipe this one down. It's not super dirty, but you know, you just want to get off any dust or anything that might be in your journal. So it looks like this little piece is kind of bent. I may have to do some trimming on that. But I do want to wipe kind of underneath the binder if I can, because you know, that's a good spot for things to fall and kind of get dusty under there. Okay. So I think we're good with the cleanup process. Doesn't take very long to do that part. So now the question is, what do we want to put in here? And I'm actually going to put lots of my favorite goodies in here and just some things that I want to keep. So let me see. I think the first thing I want to do is just pick out, nope, the first thing I want to do is the cover. Let's just go ahead and we'll do the cover on this video. I'm hoping not to make these videos super long because, you know, I don't want people to get bored with the process or whatever. So we'll just work on the cover of it today. So let me grab some wax paper. I have these sheets of wax paper that I just kind of have folded down here underneath my desk. And I keep them, you know, until I can't use them anymore. So we're just going to fold this out and turn this over. And we'll start working on the cover. So I think I kind of want like a generic look. So maybe I will just do the collage on the cover. I think I will. I think I'll just do kind of like a collage with some old book pages and some, and maybe then I'll come back later and do some quilting or something on it. We'll see. So for now, we'll just go ahead and start the collage process. I may not talk a whole lot during this, but that's okay, because you guys you'll be watching and crafting along with me, I'm sure. So I'm just going to rip the squared edges off of my little mat piece here. Now on my journals, I don't normally like a bulky cover. I like for it to be able to lay flat, and I'll show you what I mean. Like, this is a journal that a friend of mine sent me a long time ago, and I haven't really, you know, I don't journal, so I haven't done a whole lot in it. I've put a couple of things in here. You know, writing mostly is what I've done in it, but haven't done a whole lot else in it. But it's kind of hard, you know, because it doesn't lay flat. So I like a flat journal, and I'll show you my very first journal I ever made for myself. This was a couple of years ago. This was kind of my practice journal, and this is what I started out with. It's made from probably like a cereal box or a pizza box, and I just kind of put a couple of signatures in it, and I have kind of used this for my ideal book, just to kind of give me ideas of what I want to use in journals that I create. So I also have some some friend notes in here that I will be adding into this journal as well. So I need to pull these out and put them in my little box over here so that I know to add those into. But this is, see, it's just a plain cover, nothing fancy on the front. And I started using it for my quotes books. I started writing all my quotes and my scriptures, my favorite scriptures down in it, and ideas of things I wanted to do in my journals and things like that. So that's kind of what this journal turned out to be. It's kind of more like an ideas book. And see, every now and then I'll flip back through and I'll remember, oh, I love these, you know. I want to make some more of these to go in some journals. And these are just little circle flowers. I just cut circles out of fabric. I don't know if you can see that real good. But I just cut little circles, little layers of circles out of flowers. So I think I might want to try doing some of these and just make them squares, you know, because the circles are a little hard to cut. Especially if you don't have all the fancy tools. But yeah, so this was my very first journal I ever made, and I love it. I really, really love it. And every now and then I'll go back and flip through it. It sits on in the very corner of my desk over there, and I actually have some of my very first journal orders in this book. I actually wrote them in the book instead of printing them out, because, you know, when you first start your shop and you first start selling journals, you know, you don't have a plan yet, you know. So, and I'm the type of person, I write stuff down. So that is my very first journal that I ever made. So I'm going to kind of keep the cover kind of plain like this, because that's just what I enjoy. So don't like having to fight with the bulk. So that's that one. And we'll put him back over in the corner. So on this one, I'm just going to do kind of a collage. I'm going to use some dictionary page and some map page, but I don't like it square, so I'm just going to tear some pieces. I really kind of like the bumblebee and the flower. I might leave that not covered. We'll see. I do want some pattern paper. So I'm just going to start playing, and we're just going to start putting stuff on here. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I need to wipe this off because I did not sand down the cover of my book. And if you don't sand down the cover of your book, it'll still work, but over time, it'll start letting loose. So you definitely want to make sure that you prepare your book cover the correct way. I'm going to close all my glue and stuff because I don't want the sand and dust in it. So I'm going to pause the video and sand this so that you guys don't have to hear it, so hang on. Okay, I've got it sanded down, so now we're ready to add Mod Podge and get going. Okay. So I am just going to, now I will tell you too, when you're doing these, when you do the spine, when the spine is flat like this, once the Mod Podge and everything dries on it, you're going to get some cracking on your spine. Unless, when you Mod Podge it, you kind of bend it and you let it bend that way. But then I'm afraid that once you bend it back out, you may still get some cracking. So if anybody has any tips, tricks, or good ideas on how to prevent that, that would be wonderful. Leave them in the comment box below, because I'm not real sure how to prevent that. So I'm going to start with this, and I'm just going to lay him on here. Now sometimes I don't put the glue on top of it, but sometimes I just go ahead and do it because I don't really care if it bubbles. I kind of like the bubbles because it gives it an old vintagey look to me. So the bubbles don't bother me. So I just leave them like that. I'm going to put this little piece right down here. I'm going to take my card and kind of rub it in this way. But I'm probably going to go ahead and go over it too with my brush, just to make sure I get a good seal underneath with the paper and the glue and the surface of the book. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and finish the book cover because you guys have already seen me do this, and that's not really the point of this video. The point of this video is just kind of building this journal. So I'm going to pause it and finish doing the cover, and then I'll come back and we'll move forward from there. I was just going to really quickly, while I'm doing this, show you guys what I meant about bending, kind of bending your spine when you're doing when you're Mod Podging your paper on your spine. I want to be sure that that's not too far up. And it is. I'm not overlapping this one this time. Okay, I'm going to pull this back off. Oops. Okay, let's try it this way. So I'm going to bend it up right here just to make sure it gets a good hold on the spine. And then I'm going to bend it here. So I don't know if that will prevent it from creasing. We're going to see. We're going to do a trial run here and see if that will prevent it from, not creasing, but from breaking when you bend the book back. So we'll see how it goes. But I just kind of wanted to show y'all that real quick. And then once I finish, I'll try to dry it real quick so that I can come back and show it to you guys before we move further. So, hang on. Okay, we have it done for the most part. So now what I'm going to do is dry it. I'm leaving this little spot open because I'm thinking I want something special there. I just don't know what yet. So I'm just going to leave that open because I can always go back, you know, and add to my cover once I'm ready to, or once I'm inspired to. And that's normally how I do my journals when I'm making them. Is I'll do like a base on the cover if I don't have, you know, a specific something that I want on the cover. I'll do a base on the cover, and then I'll go back and add to it once I get my inspiration as to what I want on it. So I'm going to leave that for now. I am going to pause it and dry it real quick so that I can, you know, get it to a point to where we can start picking pages. And see, it bubbles up, but I like the bubbles because I'm thinking once I get it dry, oops, I messed that up a little bit, but I'm thinking once I get it dry, I might go over it with some ink and let the wrinkles catch the ink. Not sure yet. I'm just playing, and actually, I think I'm going to enjoy this process because I'm just going to have fun with it. Since it's a book for me, you know, if I mess up, I mess up, and I don't have to worry about it, so it kind of allows those creative juices to flow a little easier. So let me dry it real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's fairly dry. It's still a little tacky, but that's okay. So I think what I'm going to do is just have this be an intro video to my friend journal. And I think I'm going to stop here. I think what I'm going to do is start picking papers for the papers that I want to use in the journal. And then come back. I'll get them cut and come back and show you, you know, I just don't want you to see, I don't want you to have to watch all of the whole process of me putting the journal together because you've seen those before. So I think what I'll do is kind of get the journal kind of to some semblance of how I want to use it, you know, with the papers and things like that in it. And then I'll come back and we'll start working on adding in all of our fun friend letters and notes and all the fun goodness. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to end it here. Hopefully you will craft along with me while I'm doing my friend journal. Maybe you'll be inspired to make your own friend journal and, you know, just do something fun for you, because I think what this is going to be for me is an outlet to just let my creative juices flow and to be able to, you know, not have to worry about everything always being so perfect because, you know, it's going to a customer or whatever. I think with this, I'm going to be able to just play and have fun, let those creative juices flow, and just enjoy the process. So maybe I should have done this a lot sooner. We'll see. But anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments or questions that you have below, and I'll see you in the next video. Big hugs, guys.